So I've been watching a lot of basketball right now because of the NBA playoffs, and I'm actually going for the Timberwolves, the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I've been watching a lot of Anthony Edwards. He's been crushing it, and just this idea of this video is it's about like understanding like a t-shirt idea when it presents itself, like when something trends and you basically apply this to anything that is going on in the world or anything like that. This is how you create a viral t-shirt design, and I'm just going to break it down for you and how it happened over here when Charles Barkley and Anthony Edwards were talking to each other right here. Charles says, I haven't been to Minnesota in about 20 years or something like that. And he says, bring your ass. And you see it right here. This is, if you go back, you can watch this video, you can see exactly what I'm talking about, it was funny because it just the way I think how Anthony Edwards, his personality and stuff like that, and how he is, it's like, it's perfect. It's perfect how he answered and how he replied. And then return, it's like, oh, it's a t-shirt idea, right? So they won the series between the Nuggets. So the Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves, Denver Nuggets and Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves won. So this is the interview after the game, after they won. And I feel like this trend is going to last depending on how long the Minnesota Timberwolves are in the actual playoffs. And if they win the championship, I feel like it's going to produce like another trend. I feel like it's definitely something that is pretty cool. So let's come over here. And one thing too, making sure that you're understanding your trademarks, copyrights, and you're infringing and all that stuff. Like you want to make sure that you're not infringing on something like, you don't want to use, the Minnesota Timberwolves, or you don't want to use the NBA. Something personally, I personally haven't created another design like this at all because it's like, I'm not chasing the trend. I'm not going after it. But after they played the game one against the Dallas Mavericks, you can see Luka over here who says 1-0. So they won the first game, bring your ass. And then now if we come over here to Amazon.com, you're going to see that there's actually t-shirts being made. And I seen some of you guys out there that are on the actual trend because I was just like looking at the comments. I thought it was pretty funny. And I seen a few people that I personally know that are on my friends list that are actually creating t-shirt designs and putting them up on, this is the game day t-shirt or something like that. And I see what they're doing. It's pretty cool. Now, first things first, like I said, you want to make sure that you're understanding what you're doing. You're creating a design that says, bring your ass. If you create a design like that, that's up to you. It depends on if you want to do something like that. But this right now, this time and point, this t-shirt, this saying is trending right now. And that's just what it is. If you chase trends and this is something that you do, this is pretty much right up your alley, right? So they got the colors going on, and then they obviously have the Minnesota, the state right there, and the colors. And then you come down, you can see what they're doing here. $19.99. If we come down, look at the all-time sales real fast. It was listed on the 21st. Let me just double check. Oh, the 20th, the day of the 20th, which is 4 days ago. They're going to be playing a game today, which is May 24th. So the BSRA started making sales on the 22nd, and then you can see that it's trending up. But I feel like if they keep winning in certain things, like if Timberwolves keep winning, like this is going to be a trend. It's probably going to last throughout the playoffs, right? And it may even make sales in the near future, maybe like 2 or 3, but I don't see it like being a big trend, but it's trending. The next one, you're going to see same thing. They have basketball. They have the state outline of the state, right? Bring your ass. It says bring your ass Minnesota t-shirt. Come over here. What's this one say to bring your ass to Minnesota t-shirt, right? And the colors too. Look at the color scheme. See that? And then come down all time. Let's look at this. Let's see when it was first uploaded. The 20th. And then if you come over here, first sale, right? It's 27K BSR as of right now. It's like 76K BSR, but it's going up. And then let's do this little trick. Let's highlight this. Bring it over here to Amazon. Let's see what these people are doing. Okay, let's type in shirt. They got tank tops. They got it in the black color. Let's see what they're doing here. We got a result of 110, right? Obviously, the lower the better because the potential of you making a sale and ranking on the front page is pretty good. You got 43K, 73K, and you even got some this is not an Amazon merch shirt, but people over here making the 119. Let's go down a bit more. Yep, look at sales. There's definitely a demand for it. Now, this is just more of a general saying. Now, think about it like, so if Anthony Edwards decides to, or the NBA decides to trademark bring your ass, I'm pretty sure they won't because there's like a cuss word in it, usually with anything like that. It's just a phrase. It's just a funny saying, right? They won't do anything like that, but pretty much every single shirt that we're looking at has a BSR, right? And then you just want to make sure that you're not doing any type of brand confusion as far as the NBA and Minnesota Timberwolves. And if you don't feel comfortable doing it, I wouldn't do it. One thing I've always told myself, if I have to question it and you feel like you're doing something wrong, that means don't do it. Now let's go down a little bit more. Yep, look at that. So within that short period of time frame, we definitely have some kind of see what they did kind of with a different color scheme. But a lot of people are making them towards like the color scheme of the Timberwolves, like that color scheme that they have as a team, to make it more of like a game day type shirt, but without putting like the basketball and all that stuff. Bring your ass to Minnesota, and they're putting in like a Minnesota. See what they're doing. And someone even put a peach in there. Yeah, no, but I think it was just a funny saying that went on, and obviously there is a demand and it's trending because it's something that starts to make sales and then it starts to go down and make more sales. I think it's just something to pay attention to as far as if you're one of those people that like to chase trends and understand what is going on in the world and you're following like social media. I've done research where I'm just going through my news feed or just on YouTube and thinking of different ideas, or if I hear something that's funny, I'll plug it in and just like see if it makes sense and just kind of go down that whole rabbit hole to see what I can do personally as far as creating a new design. And one way to do that is by, paying attention to the current events of what's going on in the world. And something like this, something simple like this, it can happen, right? And if you see it happen like that, it's like, I need to jump on it before everyone else does, because next thing you know, then here comes all the other competition. And that's just the way it works. You know what I mean? Like with the print on demand business, as there's more and more competition, people see how easy it is to do, to create a design and put it up on a product and make sales. That's just what it is. And I see as it evolves and gets bigger and bigger, I think it's just really awesome to have an opportunity for us to create a design within seconds and then put it up on the internet for it to make sales. And it can be simple. Something that's simple sells. We know that. We all know that. I know that. You know that. Simple sells. So you don't have to overthink it. And when it comes to creating a design, you don't have to be no freaking amazing artist. You don't have to be none of that. You just have to understand what the customer wants, especially if you're working on any of these search engine platforms, what the customer wants, and give it to them. Because if you do that, it's easier. Now, if you have your own brand, you create your own brand, it's a little different, right? Because you know what they want, and you can create what they want and give it to them too as well. You don't have to worry about creating for the algorithm in a way where if a customer searches for a product, right, like we did over here, if a customer searches for a product in the search bar, right, if a customer searches for a product in the search bar, your goal is to give them what they want over here by providing a good design that they possibly wear, to a game, or just because they're a fan, or just because they love Anthony Edwards, or just because they're watching playoff basketball and this is something that they enjoy. If you want a low competition niche research, watch this video right here next. And basically I find just niches that you probably never even heard about. And if you don't want to chase trends like this is perfect for you. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out.